Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back to some more F1 23 and another part of the Immersive Driver Career Mode with Alfa Romeo. Today we have got the Brazilian Grand Prix. It is going to be the sprint race today. Looking forward to that. We don't have any upgrades in progress, or at least that will be ready for this race, so we're just going to head straight on, although we have had powertrain facility upgrade, which is nice. So let's get into the action. Hopefully you guys are good and are enjoying the season so far. Of course, we've got 4 episodes left. Ooh, it's going to be raining for the race. That's definitely interesting. 4 episodes left. We've got the Brazilian race tomorrow, and then the Las Vegas Grand Prix before finishing in Saudi, in United Arab Emirates for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We finished 7th last time out, which was a good result in the end. So looking forward to seeing how we get on this weekend here in Brazil. One of my favourite tracks of the season, and I can't wait to get into qualifying. So let's see how we get on. Welcome along then to qualifying here at Sao Paulo. Looking forward to this today. Hopefully you guys are too. And yeah, let's get ourselves into the action. We were 8th in free practice. Car felt good. Let's see how we get on in qualifying. It's going to be a good one. Well, here we come then around the final corner. As you can see, a purple sector 2. It doesn't mean a lot at this stage where there's not many people that have set lap times, but we fly up to the line to 109.1, which puts us P2 for now, just behind Lewis Hamilton on a 108.9. But I think there's more time to be had, and certainly think we can head out there on the same set of soft tyres and, you know, pull off a very similar time, if not even better, towards the end of the session. Well, you can see we're not quite at the same level of lap time as we head over the line to 109.2. It's a pity. It was an okay time, but I think we should be okay. We just have to watch people coming over the line now.
Okay,
but Bottas up to P7, you know, I mean, it shows how good a qualifying car this is. You know, particularly at this stage of the season, we've really shown that, I think, and yeah, I think we're comfortably through to Q2. All good stuff. Let's see as we return to the garage, and let's have a little gander. Yeah, 7th and 8th. We'll start for that. On to Q2. Well, we're giving ourselves one chance in Q2, so why don't we take it on a lap of this wonderful Brazilian Sao Paulo circuit. Here we go. As we start off our Q2 lap, we break down into turn 1. You've got to be careful not to lock up there, careful of track limits on the exit there, and try and carry as much speed as you can into the DRS zone as we head up towards turn 4. Of course, that very famous corner where Hamilton and Verstappen tangled twice back in 2021. Of course, Bruno Senna going into the back of Sebastian Vettel there on lap 1 in 2012, and we all thought it was over for Sebastian Vettel, and that Fernando Alonso had won the title. How wrong we were. But anyway, coming through this little sector, it's tight and twisty. You need to try and make sure that you hit all of the apexes. We failed to do that at the last one there, but we come through this middle sector and it is purple. We do seem to be very fast through there, and 7/10 quicker currently than Lance Stroll. And here we are then round this long straight, I'm going to call it, but it's definitely anything but straight as we head up to the line to 108.7, which puts us second for now, but obviously everybody's going to come through, and there's a 108.6 from Charles Leclerc, and he's gone quicker, and multiple people going quicker now, and there's Lewis Hamilton at 108.4. So this track is getting better, but we are through to Q3, and that's the main thing. Let's see if Valtteri Bottas managed to make it through this time. No, he didn't. A 109.2, so not quite as quick as he did in the last session. And you know, you can see the big improvements the track made, but Bottas couldn't hook it up, and we're on to Q3. tell you what, this is going to be pretty close for pole position. Everybody within a couple of tenths. And we fly up to the line. What's it going to be? It's going to be in the 108. It's a 108.3. Where does that put us?
Excellent lap.
Yes, pole position.
Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
Wow, that was an awesome lap there, right at the end of Q3. And how much did we take pole by? 0.05 of a second ahead of Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez. Wow, that's a cracker.
Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
But look how close it is. It's ridiculous. But Max Verstappen 16 points ahead of Hamilton. They're starting 5th and 6th on the grid for the sprint race tomorrow. This is going to be an exciting one. Can we get the sprint win?
So it's all about speed in today's sprint. Not very many laps and no chance to get ahead on strategy. Who here today has the raw skill to take them to the top? Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. The captain lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Ocon, Stroll, Gasly, Bottas, Albon, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Hülkenberg, Sargent, and Nick de Vries. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me once again for coverage of today's race is none other than the great Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about the captain. They've been involved in a number of costly incidents lately. That's got to affect their mindset going into this race.
Certainly confidence is an important factor. And every time you're involved in an incident, it's not just the car you damage, but that confidence as well. But all the top racing drivers are able to tune that out when the race gets underway and focus on the job at hand.
Okay then, here we are down on the track. Obviously, a couple of options we've got here. I think we're going to go for the soft tyre option, mainly because we want to keep those medium tyres fresh for tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Let's hopefully end up with the right result. If you want my setup, there you go, there it is. Really wasn't expecting pole position. You know, we just hooked up the lap towards the end. I'm sure we will go backwards today at some point, but it's nice to see how things go. Of course, Canada.
Okay, so let's go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
Of course, Canada, earlier in the season, we took pole position, managed to lead the first few laps before we got overtaken, and I believe, did we... Oh, we had an engine failure, didn't we, in Canada? So, yeah. It's definitely somewhere that we can, you know, hold on. Maybe for 7 laps we can do that, and we might be able to take the sprint win, the win.
Conditions look good.
Sprint win at least, but be interesting to see if we can pull it off, and see how much we can defend. Of course, we know that the car's not that quick, certainly in race trim. And as I say, I think we'll be overtaken quite easily. There's a track that you can overtake at. But it's going to be 7 laps. It's going to be very, very interesting, that is for sure. And of course, this sets the grid for the race tomorrow as well. Be exciting to see where we manage to end up in tomorrow's race. Will we be in the top 5? That would be an awesome race start for tomorrow. But here we come then. Everybody coming up to the Grid position.
Decent
That's
parking.
okay.
Let's try and get a good launch as the lights go out.
Of course, this is on a hill as
Keep an eye
well,
on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is...
which makes it very, very interesting. Here we go then. Ready for the lights. Lights out, away we go here in Brazil. It's a decent start off the grid. Of course, our starts have been very, very strong this season, and we head into turn 1 in the lead of this Brazilian sprint race, and now we're trying to pull away from Charles Leclerc as he's going to be trying to get right into our slipstream up towards turn 4. And he does have a little look, but we leave the room and we're okay. We're absolutely fine through that corner. And now it's about building a rhythm, building a gap, and, well, fingers crossed, giving it our everything for 6 more laps. We should be in the lead at the end of lap 1. We are more than a second and a half ahead of 5th place Max Verstappen, as Lewis Hamilton is also made up a position. He's looking to make up 16 points on Max Verstappen today. It's certainly something to keep an eye on, as we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, of course, being the leader over the line. As soon as DRS is enabled, we are going to be in trouble. But Perez seems to have dropped off the back of us, which is nice to see. And we were the quickest guy in qualifying yesterday, so if we absolutely hook it up and have the right conditions, we can put in the fastest time. Whether we can do that over consistent amount of laps, I don't know yet. But the car's certainly feeling very nice at the start of this sprint race. Coming round now through sector 2, and it was purple sector 2, and now using our ERS. Coming round, we'd love this to be another fastest lap here. As we come round, let's see what we put in.
Okay,
A 1:10.3.
this lap. You can use it when you're
A
within
1:10.2 from
car
Sergio
ahead,
Perez. A
and
little
the
bit
DRS
wide into turn 1 there. And straight away DRS is going to be enabled for Charles Leclerc. We pull to the inside and Charles Leclerc is through, and he's into the lead of this sprint race. Are we going to be able to stay with him, or is he going to pull a gap here? Certainly has the potential to, but we're going to have DRS as well from the end of this lap. As I said, DRS is going to be overpowered on this sort of circuit where we have such a long straight, but a long DRS zone, I guess. Let's see, we're within 0.6 of a second here. DRS open. That should allow us to close right in. Charles Leclerc sets the fastest lap of the race so far. That's where that DRS to Charles Leclerc is going to save us from potential overtakes from behind. But Lewis Hamilton side by side with Sergio Perez into that corner. Oh, look there. He needs as many points as he can off Max Verstappen this weekend to give himself a chance into those final 2 races. And Charles Leclerc, meanwhile, more than a second ahead now So I think Leclerc's got it. As we're going to be heading on to lap 5, and there's DRS, and that is Sergio Perez through. Good manoeuvre. Let's stay right within the clutches of Sergio Perez here.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
DRS open. But no luck this time. You can see how close we are behind him. It's just a slight little mistake. Going on to the final straight that cost us there. See Perez just pulling away in the traction zones as we look up, and that's going to be that with Perez. So down to 3rd now. Now Lewis Hamilton is going to be next passed. And here he goes. Lewis Hamilton is through, but Max Verstappen will be fancying his chances as well as we hold it down the inside here. Going a little bit wide.
Okay, mate, that was an illegal manoeuvre. You've got to cede that position
Well,
or
that's
receive a penalty.
a disappointment there. Oh, well, we've been hit from the inside there. I think that was George Russell. There's Ocon. Oh, for God's sake. There's a little bit of front wing damage. Oh, come on. Come off it.
Okay, there's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris.
We lost our front wing completely. This is ridiculous. Wow. There we go.
Stopping this lap.
All over now. Oh, I'm gutted about that. We did quite well, but once again, just absolutely swamped. So it will be 20th, I think.
Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing too serious at the moment. Just be careful.
We're in. That's Russell as well, so quite a lot of people caught up in those incidents. We're just in front of George there.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Yeah, very disappointing that we've had to come in and sacrifice a really good grid position for tomorrow. There we go, there goes George Russell, leads through as well.
Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
Let's see if we can get past George Russell here. DRS, ERS, slipstream. We do go for it, and we are through. Nicely done.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Of course, rainy conditions tomorrow as well, so we could bring it all back, but yeah, just really disappointed. And it's Charles Leclerc that takes the checkered flag.
The underbody's taken a little damage, just watch out for it.
I've got underbody damage now as well. Should be able to finish off this race in 19th place, and at the very least we're not going to be starting 20th tomorrow, but yeah, real disappointment in the end, and yeah, never mind.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.
Well, I'm absolutely gutted about that, I'm not going to lie. Obviously in a really good position, but just incidents again, getting the better of us, and we need to just be a little bit more careful going forward. But it should be an exciting race tomorrow with the heavy rain coming, and I'm excited for that next time out. Hopefully you guys are too. If you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 content. F1 Manager coming very, very soon. Keep an eye out on Thursday, I believe, on the channel. That's all I can say. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.